everybody, and welcome to Everyday Manna. Today we are going to make a very easy, kid-friendly meal. We're going to make a cheeseburger soup. To go alongside that, we're going to make some garlic monkey bread and some gooey brownies. In this pot, I have a pound of just lean ground beef that I'm going to be browning up. Just a couple of onions, and I want to cut it into like medium dice. I'm going to go ahead and put the onion in there because that's very lean. I'm going to cut up my celery into bite-sized pieces. Add that to your pot. Now, if you have a bouillon cube, you can use a couple of bouillon cubes dissolved in water, or you can just use beef stock. I'm just using 2 cans. Add that. Turn my heat down just a little bit now. I'm using little red potatoes, but you could use any kind of a potato that you want. I want them into, I'd say, 1/2-inch cubes probably, 2 pounds or so. And we're going to put those in the soup. Our soup has simmered and the potatoes are tender. So we're going to make a roux. I've got 3 tablespoons of flour, just all-purpose flour, and about 1/2 cup or so of milk. And then stir it into the soup. Then about a cup or so of cheddar cheese, and we're going to stir that into our soup. If you want to thin it down a little bit, you could add just a little bit of milk. Now, let's add some salt and pepper. That's done. That is so good. Let's get started on our biscuits. I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. We're just going to use canned biscuits. I have here about 1/2 stick or so of butter. I'm going to just melt that. In here I have some very finely grated Parmesan cheese, and I'm adding some garlic powder, and I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. Stir that together. Now I'm using a bundt pan that I'm actually going to spray with non-stick spray. Take your biscuits, take a knife, and cut it into quarters. I would not use the flaky in this recipe. I would use the buttermilk or the southern style, but not flaky for this. Put the butter into that cheese mixture, stirring that together. We're going to take our biscuits, dip it in that garlic butter mixture, and put them in the bottom of that pan. I've got 2 packages of the biscuits. When it's done, this is what it will look like. If you have any of the cheesy garlic mixture left over, don't waste that, just put it on top. 375, about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the biscuits are done. Wait till you see this. Oh my goodness, look at that. There is your delicious garlic monkey bread. In this pan, I have about 1.5 cups or so mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. We are going to melt that chocolate in with the sweetened condensed milk. Now, when that is melted, we want to drop in 2 cups of butter. We're going to melt that butter right into the chocolate. I have a couple of cups of, I'm using dark brown sugar because that's what I had today, but if you have light brown sugar, that's fine too. And I'm actually going to stir in, while it's still warm, the sugar. I am going to add a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon or 2. Now, I have 2 eggs here. Take a little bit of the hot mixture and put that in with the egg, and that kind of tempers the eggs a little bit to where they don't scramble. And then you can stir your egg in. And then here I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Stir that together. I have about a teaspoon of salt in that flour mixture. And I have a pan that I have sprayed with non-stick cooking spray. You only want to stir this until you really don't have any raw flour. We're going to pour this into our baking dish, 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes.